So Angel City lost in the
Recording in
end?
progress.
They lost? No, it's 1 minute 68. Okay. Chicago, okay.
Everyone, we'll get started here. I'll kick things off. If you guys have questions for Juan, please use the raise my hand option. Juan, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on the victory. What do you take away from today's match?
I think that today, again, the team was able to overcome a massive challenge. I think the character, the football, how the girls, the players trust in the game plan for me is the main takeout. I think that it was outstanding how they kept working and how they were able to win in a pitch that no one has done this season. So it was a proof of character and another step forward in the direction that we really want to go.
Thank you for that. We'll start here with Dustin. Dustin, go ahead.
Hey Juan, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you very much.
Second week in a row, you guys went behind early, were able to come back and win. How important is that, that as a team, as you guys are still building and progressing this season?
Yeah, I think that those goals probably both come in a quick transition and something we will look at, but the main thing is how you react to those. I think I was reading something the other day where only 15% of the games are won after you going behind in the league, and I think doing it twice in a row is practically impossible. So I think it shows the character and the belief this group of players have. Whatever problems are thrown at them, they are able to react, believe, and trust. So I want to look at the bright side, which is how we reacted, but we definitely will look at that first half because I think we weren't ourselves. So yeah.
And 3 wins for you from the first 3 games, first coach in NWSL to do that. How important is that for you, not just for you as a coach, but as you continue to build this with the Dash?
Oh, for me, obviously, it is important. I was chatting now with Jane and Katie. They were saying, "Oh, coach, like great win for you," and I said, "Look, it's a great win for us. I think that's how I believe things are and how things should be." I think I'm extremely proud today of players and staff. They've worked incredibly hard to 2 long trips on the road. Yeah, and on a personal level, for me, I didn't know I was the first coach to achieve that, but it's obviously a moment of pride. And coaches, we take a lot of time away from our families preparing a lot of things, not only when you win, also when you lose, but you do it to try to do these kind of things. So it's a moment of pride for me, my family, and my friends, so very happy with it.
Thanks, Juan.
Thanks to you for covering the game.
Up next, we'll go with Manuel. Go ahead.
Congrats, Juan, on the win for today's game.
Thank you, Manuel.
First of all, it's the first, as I mentioned before, to have the first coach of winning 3 games in the first 3 games in NWSL history, but also you're the first Houston Dash, the first win away in Portland. I know being, like you said, mentioned it being a difficult game, but what was the mentality that you gave in the second half for them to overcome that hurdle that very few teams can overcome behind in Portland?
I think we knew of their strengths. We knew that they were going to be a quality team, and we prepared. I said it. We wanted to be the better team, and because we had the individuals to compete with them individually, but we needed to be the better team. And the first half, we weren't. I'm a coach. I try to be very honest with my players. At halftime, we had a chat. They knew we had to do better. Because the first half we seemed a little bit disconnected. Technically, it was hard, to be fair, to adapt to a different surface. And the second half, after we had that chat, they also put their part of the story, because it's something that we do all together. So I tried to help them out with a few things, and thankfully they were able to produce those details as a team on the second half. We scored from a goal kick press. That is something we worked on. We knew it could be a chance for us every time there is a goal kick for the opposition, and then we work a lot on the next 5 minutes after scoring a goal or conceding a goal, in mentally to be extremely hard. And I think last week we scored after 1 minute and 18 seconds, and I need to look at this week, but I'm not sure what minute was the second goal, but I think it was within those 5 minutes. So So I'm very happy that there are things that we are working on, the ones that are paying off with results.
And lastly, this being the Ebony Salmon being instrumental in this game, 2 goals in this game. How instrumental has she been to the team in attacking presence?
Yeah, obviously she's been fantastic. I think that it's the job of the number 9 to make those things happen. She knows the first half she wasn't doing it, so she needed to do better, saying that their teammates did better to create those chances for her to get into better positions, and when it came to taking that penalty, she took it brilliantly. And when it came to finishing that second chance, I think it was outstanding from the half space, right hand side channel. That is something that's what we've been working on with Sarah this week. So I'm very pleased to see that the things that we're working on the training pitch are paying off on the game. So she's instrumental. It's obviously, I always say, they get the limelight at the front, but the defensive work was outstanding. I think we limited their chances when we had to defend in the low block. We've done a lot of work in managing the line. We got them a lot of times offside. We knew they had a lot of, they create a lot of chances from crosses. I don't think they created almost any from those crosses. So Ebony gets the limelight, but I think the whole team, it was outstanding on the second half. No?
Thank you, Juan.
Yeah, welcome.
Up next, we'll go with Victor. Go ahead.
Hey Juan, just wondering if you can elaborate a little more on your adjustments at halftime. Obviously, the second half, you guys came out much more aggressive. You made a change there at halftime. Just wondering what you can tell us about what you told the team at the half, and obviously it worked.
Okay, so we spoke a little bit about making sure that when we had to escape the pressure going long, that we had to compete for those balls. We spoke about the wingers when the ball was on the opposite side, to make sure that we were ready to help inside from the opposite side, as I said. We did obviously a sub. We have to give credit to Hailey, because she came on to play against one of the best players not only in the league but in history with Megan. That was causing us problem on the right hand side. We had to manage the line a little bit better, and we did that in the second half, and I think we adapted a little bit the positioning of the midfield. I thought it was outstanding how they were jumping onto the centre backs, forcing them wide, covering on the opposite side when we were into that mid block, and making sure that we knew what was expected on the second half, and a lot of it came down to our technical ability, and for that you need to take ownership and you need to be ready to work on transitions, and we did that better on the second half. So I think those points were probably more or less the key ones that we spoke about.
I think because of a lot of the big names on Seattle's team, the fact that you guys are the first team to beat them here in their home field, this is going to come across the league as a statement win. Is that how you feel it? Do you feel this is a statement win for the dad in the national scene?
Like a big win, sorry, or?
Yeah, like a statement win.
Like a statement.
One that maybe draws attention to the Houston Dash a little more.
Yeah, I think that football is played by players, not by names. They got great players and names because they got history, but so do we. We had 3 Olympic champions. We got Jane Campbell, who at the moment is one of the best goalkeepers in the league. We got a defense that is showing themselves to be really, really solid. And like I think Marisa Villano is been outstanding. She's almost playing for 2 people. Shea Groom seems to be coming back into her best shape, adding goals or an assist like today, and our front 3 at the moment is a threat. And the players that came off the bench, I think Michaela was excellent, Hailey, Ryan, I think Emily again, a player that coming back from an ACL. He was one of the biggest prospects in American football, in American soccer a few years ago, and she showed today how she can come in a game and be composed despite all the problems. So I think that everyone that played on, they got big names, so we do as well, and it was gonna be about the team, and I think in the end, in the 6 phases of the game, we were the better team, and that's why we won.
Thank you, Juan.
You're welcome.
I think we'll wrap up here in Spanish for Leopoldo. Leopoldo, go ahead.
Mi apreciado profesor, ¿qué tanto refleja el resultado en cuanto a su propuesta estratégica o a los imponderables o circunstancias del partido?
Well, I think el resultado al final es justo. Es cierto que ellas han sido mejores en el primer tiempo, pero como he dicho ya, en el segundo tiempo nosotros conseguimos los goles de situaciones que trabajamos, tanto técnico-tácticas como psicológicas, y luego limitamos sus ocasiones a prácticamente ninguna, ¿no? Esa ocasión al final, un mano a mano escorado que posiblemente tendríamos que haber detenido antes, que la jugadora se le va largo, y luego una parada de Jane, recuerdo así, en el segundo tiempo, pero de otro tiro escorado, pero sabíamos de su potencial en los centros. Creo que no han conectado con ningún centro, que hemos manejado la línea defensiva fantásticamente bien. No sé cuántas veces las hemos dejado fuera de juego, pero muchísimas, y creo que al final eso es crédito, ¿no?, al trabajo que se hace en el campo. Entonces, en este caso yo creo que el resultado es justo. Es cierto que ha sido un partido muy igualado, que ellas podrían haber sido con una ventaja mayor al descanso, pero al final los detalles marcan la diferencia, y hoy creo que los detalles hemos sido mejores, ¿no?, de cara a gol, que es lo que cuenta, ¿no?
Profe, cuando miro la tabla de posiciones, veo por el número de partidos que ustedes han jugado que tienen la posibilidad de estar en lo más alto de lo que sería el standing. Pero dentro del fútbol que ha exhibido últimamente el equipo, ¿usted lo ve como un fuerte contendiente al campeonato?
Bueno, nuestro objetivo es ganar siempre el siguiente partido, en este caso ahora prepararnos para Louisville. Yo les he dicho a las chicas que yo tengo una confianza plena en ellas. Todavía hay muchos automatismos de juego, sistemas que en 3 semanas de trabajo es imposible de ajustar, pero creo que las chicas, es que la verdad que son un grupo tanto de personas como de profesionales fantástico. En cuanto les pides algo lo entienden, saben, ¿no? Son jugadoras con la mayoría con mucha experiencia, y las jóvenes, ¿no?, como a lo mejor Ryan o Natalie, o jugadoras de ese perfil, rápido también hacen un esfuerzo fuera de aquí en el análisis, en diferentes trabajos, para entender lo que se les pide. Entonces, ahora mismo yo les digo que hay que creer en nosotras, ir partido a partido, y confiar que podemos entrar en ese playoff, y lo más arriba que podamos estar para entrar en ese playoff, pues muchísimo mejor, ¿no? Entonces, trabajando muy duro para conseguir eso, ¿no? Y el fútbol pondrá a cada uno en su lugar, ¿no?
Gracias, profe.
Muchas gracias a usted por la pregunta.
All right, we'll wrap up with that one. Juan, thank you very much. Safe travels back to Houston.
Thank you very much to all of you for covering the game. Gracias por cubrir el partido. Hasta luego.
I've struggled with that lately, this season, but I don't know, I think just keeping the energy up, and now translating it to our next home game.
We'll go ahead and get started here with Victor. Go ahead.
Hey Maria, 3 straight wins for the club. Y'all won on the East Coast last week, West Coast this week. Speak to me about the belief of this team. It seems like it's obviously at a high level, and I mean it's strong, and obviously you guys today able to get a win at a place nobody else has been able to at the Red.
Yeah, I think just as a team we've been doing really well this season. We had a rough Challenge Cup, but I think we kind of fixed everything that we needed coming into season. We struggled a lot, and I think just being able to practice on those little details, and you know, kind of building that team chemistry has been working for us. So I think it has been a pretty good season so far, and I'm just proud to be here and be on a team with girls like my teammates.
Ebony's obviously on a good run of form. What's it like playing with her? What have you seen out of her that well, obviously you have seen her score 6 goals in 3 matches?
Yeah, obviously she's had a pretty great start here with Houston. We love that she's able to score for us, and I mean it's been great. She's been doing a really good job, and hopefully we could keep building on that and keep finding chemistry with her as her forward.
specifically to the new coach, what has been different under Juan Carlos?
I think he's been great for us so far. We've been training with him, I think, 2 weeks now. We had 1 week of break, and then it's been, I think, a tough start for him because he didn't have all the players here with the internationals being gone. But I think he's responded very well to that, and I mean, he's 3-0, so far so good.
And then obviously you guys return home for this next game. Big opportunity here to continue this run, maybe rise up a little bit higher in the table. Any invite, any extended call out to the fans in Houston to kind of jump on the bandwagon here and get behind the Houston Dash?
Yeah, I mean, we love when they're out there supporting us. We just hope they can keep doing that. I think we're positioned on a pretty good spot on the table. And I think more than anything, it's they are who motivate us and make us want to keep doing better. And at a home game, we have to show the other team that Houston isn't an easy place to go get 3 points.
Thanks, Maya.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll go with Dustin. Go ahead.
Hey Maria, you mentioned just about the Challenge Cup earlier in the season. You guys had struggled. Now you've come on winning 3 in a row. You're in 3rd place alone. What's been the biggest difference for you guys? I know you've got Juan Carlos in, but what's been the biggest difference just for you all as a team that's led to this kind of better form for you?
I think just high expectations out of each other. I know trainings aren't easy. We always have to be ready, have to be doing our best, because I think everybody on this team is good to be on the starting 11. So I think it's just that motivation in between the team in the locker room has helped us be where we are right now.
Thanks, Maria.
Yep.
I'll take one in Spanish. María, ¿qué saca de este partido y pues 3 victorias consecutivamente?
Bueno, pues obviamente muy feliz. Creo que han sido partidos muy complicados. Estar fuera de Houston obviamente es algo muy difícil, los viajes, pero creo que el equipo ha respondido bien. No es fácil ganar 3 partidos seguidos en una liga como la NWSL, que es una liga muy competitiva. Entonces creo que para nosotras es muy importante seguir teniendo ese momentum que tenemos ahorita y seguir por donde vamos.
Gracias por eso. Vamos a seguir con el foto. Adelante.
María, tienes una pierna zurda privilegiada, una visión de campo formidable, pero noto como que te afecta el calor en lo que es tu participación dentro del partido. ¿Estoy algo cerca de la verdad o estoy totalmente errado en mi apreciación en cuanto a tu juego?
Perdón, ¿cómo? O sea,
Ahí te va de vuelta. O sea, tienes mucho fútbol.
Sí.
La pierna izquierda, la precisión, visión, pero cuando la temperatura, el clima está alto, tu rendimiento se reduce dramáticamente. ¿Tú lo notas? ¿Es algo que tú te has dado cuenta? ¿O simplemente es que no te llega el balón mucho a donde tú te encuentres?
Bueno, creo que si estamos hablando del calor, Houston es más caliente que Seattle. Creo que jugar en una cancha sintética, la verdad sí es muy difícil. Fuimos varias las que nos acalambramos, pero creo que del calor no hay nada más difícil que jugar en Houston. Así que sí no sé si se nota que el calor me afecta, yo creo que sí, pero sí.
Si tuvieras que evaluar tu rendimiento en esta jornada o hasta esta jornada, sabiendo todo tu potencial de fútbol, ¿en qué nivel estás? ¿Qué tan cerca estás de tu máximo rendimiento como jugador?
Creo que todavía me falta mucho. Creo que siempre como futbolista que quiere mejorar, acepto que no estoy a mi 100% de lo que yo quisiera estar en algún día. Obviamente creo que es mi primer año jugando en una liga como esta, en cuanto a siendo titular. Y bueno, siempre lo he dicho que una liga como lo es la NWSL tiene un rendimiento muy muy alto y bueno, ahorita me estoy acostumbrando y estoy creciendo cada jornada, que no es algo fácil, no es algo que haces de un mes para otro, es algo que toma mucho tiempo y creo que ahorita voy por buen camino.
Muchas gracias.
Victor, just to confirm, do you have a follow-up?
Sí, María, te quería, se me voy a preguntarte una. Ganarle a uno de las potencias de la NWSL, ¿qué significancia tiene este partido y hasta dónde siente el equipo? Obviamente son 3 partidos bajo el nuevo técnico, pero ¿hasta dónde siente el equipo que puede llegar esta temporada?
Pues queremos hacer historia. Sé que el club nunca ha calificado a lo que son los playoffs. Creo que ahorita vamos por un buen camino. Bueno, sé que es una liga muy difícil, que todos los puntos importan, que ahorita podemos estar en tercer lugar en la tabla y en 2 partidos bajas y ni estás en los primeros 6. Así que creo que estoy muy consciente de lo competitiva que es esta liga y obviamente tenemos que tomar todos los partidos muy en serio porque cada punto es muy importante para llegar a lo que son los playoffs de la liga.
Muchas gracias.
All right, guys, we'll wrap up with that one. Maria, you guys have any questions for Ebony? You can raise my hand option. I'll go ahead and kick things off. Ebony, we'll get to the second half rally there. Early in the second half, getting away with the penalty and then the follow-up goal a few minutes later.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, we'll get to the charge or the rally there in the second half.
I think as a team we came in at half-time and we spoke about the first half. We knew it wasn't good enough all round and we knew from our previous performances that as a team we're a lot better than that. So we knew we had to come out and turn it around. We went into today's game wanting the 3 points. So I think everyone just kind of found it within them to give more, to push more, and we ended up getting the penalty and then getting the second goal.
Thank you for that. We'll go right into the questions here. Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Ebony, 6 goals for you in your last 3 games. Obviously, you're still very young, but have you ever been in such great form in your career, and what does it feel like to just keep bagging in goals like that?
Yeah, for me, I think throughout my career, I've never not scored goals, but I think the one thing that I kind of focused on, especially after my move to Houston, was consistency, and I think I'm starting to find that now, kind of being consistent with scoring game in, game out, and I think for me it's just up from now until the end of the season, keep trying to find that. Obviously, I'm not going to score in every game, but as many games I can score in and help the team as much as I can, that's what I'm focused on.
What's the mentality been like for you guys? It's 2 games in a row now you've gone behind and come storming back to win. What's the mentality been for you guys, and just with Juan, what he's told you guys?
Yeah, I think it's obviously not ideal to go behind at all in any game against any team, but I think for us, especially last game, we showed that we could come back. So going behind today, it wasn't ideal, and against the rain, probably a lot harder team to come back against. But I think we came in at half-time. Juan was straight with us. He told us it wasn't good enough, but he showed his belief in us, and he knows we can do it. He knows we have the capabilities to go out there and kind of turn it around. So he put his faith in us to go out there and turn it around, and we did that.
Thanks, Ebony.
Up next, we'll go with Victor. Go ahead.
Hi, Ebony. You spoke about trying to find consistency, but what else has been different in this environment with the Houston Dash that has unlocked you, for lack of a better word, and got you in maybe one of your best form, at least in the NWSL?
I think for me it's the players that are around me. I think the players that are around me have quickly learnt how I play, and I've learnt how they play, and I think it's really gelling together well. Like the forward line, the midfield, even the back line. I think it's all gelling together, and we're learning how each other play. I'm learning people's strengths, and they're learning my strengths. And I think as a team, over the past couple of games, what we've done well as a team is we've played to every single player's strength.
Knowing what a team like the Oil Reign needs in the league, does this almost feel like a statement win for the group?
I think we go into every game wanting to win it, no matter who the team is. We obviously scout teams before, and we know that certain teams are going to be harder to beat than others. But one thing that we do as a team is we focus on us. We don't focus on the team that we're going to be facing. And I think for us, that's why we were so frustrated with the first half, because no matter what the Reign did, no matter how well they were doing or what they were doing, we weren't doing what we knew we could do. So I think going into the second half, full focus was on us, and we turned the game around.
What you kind of elaborate a little bit, but what does this win mean for the group? What was talked about after? What's the feeling in the locker room after a win like this?
It's obviously a huge win for us. We're in a push for playoffs right now, and as much as we're in third place going into this game. The table is so tight, and I think we can't afford to drop points. And I think today, going in 1-0 down, we could have ended up out of the playoff positions today, losing the game. So I think every game counts from now until the end of the season. And I think a huge win away from home against one of the best teams in the league is going to be big in that playoff push.
You guys come home for the next game, opportunity maybe to jump off the table into maybe a first place, depending on what happens from here on out. But what's the call out now to fans to try to get on this, try to extend this run here of three straight, and then obviously you facing against your former team.
Yeah, I think for us, I think that's 8 games left now. We've just got to try and keep pushing, keep getting points, and I think, like you said, that's 3 wins in a row now, so we've just got to try and find the consistency within the team to keep that going, because momentum is a big thing in football, and I think that's one thing we've got on our side now, so we've got to try our hardest to keep it.
Not that you need any more motivation, but again, just kind of stressing on that last point, what does it mean to face against your former team in this next match?
Yeah, I think it's obviously a big game for me to kind of, I guess, prove people wrong again, but I think I've been doing that since I got traded, and I think, again, it's just another game, another 3 points that we've got to try and get in our push for playoffs, and I guess I've just got to go into it. It's any other game. It doesn't matter who the game's against. I've just got to try and do my best, score goals, and do everything I can for the team and help to push to get that win.
Thank you, Ebony, and congratulations.
Thank you.
I think we'll wrap up with that one. Ebony, thank you very much. Safe travel back to Houston.
Thank you.